I want to get the hairdryer back out. And the reason for that is I want to do a very energetic painting and explosion of things. And the hairdryer is the best to do this. This is titanium white Amsterdam mixed with Australian floetrol, 1:1. It works up to 1:4. It depends on what you want. The thinner your paints are, the less stable the whole construction of a cell will be. This here is oxide black cell activator, same mix. It's hard to tell you ratios because it always depends on what consistency is the paint that you're using, what consistency is the Australian floetrol you're using. They can vary and that will change the ratios. Number 1, lovely, lovely friend of mine. This is QNAG, which means quinacridone nickel azo gold by Golden. This is discontinued. You can't buy it anymore. They have a new version which is called azo gold. Not the same stuff, but almost. Then TriArt has the golden yellow, which has the exact pigments in it as the QNAG used to. But I think that there's a little bit of a ratio difference. Great substitute though. The next one here is Mineral Blue by by Matisse, Deviant Matisse, Mineral Blue. I have some blingy colors, which is in here, the Billabong. This is this little piggy pigment. Billabong in the jar looks like this. Another mica pigment is this guy here. It's gilded. Also a TLP. Then I have, so this used to be titanium, not titanium buff, it was warm white by TriArt. I had that mixed up and I added a few drops of the mineral blue to tint it into a very pale blue. I do have some paints that I would like to use up. So we're gonna throw them in. This is Super Pearl Gold, Interference Gold by Nova Color. And then here is Cobalt Teal by TriArt. I will, since those are old goopy cups, put them in the clean one. Just to make sure that not all that gunk will... There's already gunk in there. Darn it. We'll see. It is okay. It mostly are air bubbles. This cup here, I just leave it dry and then peel off the paint that has dried. And then I can reuse this cup. This Super Pearl Gold will give me a little bit of a glow in the background. I will put it in the background. Oh, goopy. Let's see how goopy it really is. Because I don't really need boogers in my painting. We'll see how that goes while we're painting. One more, and I love this color, especially with the combination of teal and the golden yellow. This is Bluish Gray by Amsterdam. Same thing here. I will get it out of the gunky container. Make sure I don't add more gunk from the sides. And then I just let this guy here dry until I can use it again. Sweet, you guys. I did a painting that was a geometrical bloom with most of those colors, all those colors except for the mineral blue and the mineral blue white that I mixed up. I will link that in this corner or in that. I'm not sure. Yeah, check it out. One of my favorites. Now though, let's see how those colors look when you hit them with a hairdryer. This is my PPG Multi-Pro. Ugh, all the gunk on the lid. More PPG Multi-Pro. Like I said, and I'm not gonna go overboard with my Super Pearl Gold because I do want to go big after this and I want to save some of this. I start with the yellow and the pale colors, transparent colors too. I want the yellow be intense, and it only can be intense and true yellow if there's nothing underneath that will change its color. If I put a blue down first, put the transparent yellow on top, I would end up with a green. But I want mostly yellow, that's why I put the yellow on first. Next one is my gilded. Pretty sure was a little bit too much. Let's do now the darker mineral blue. Fairly thick, but it'll work. Because I think it might look nice next to the gold. Don't forget that the layering is the most important thing. Like I said, if that blue was underneath the yellow, it would turn into a green. Let's spice it up with some teal here. Let's put the billabong on top, and maybe, I'm not sure if that combination is great. We'll see. And this is my grayish blue, bluish gray. On top of that, and I did not check for consistency, but it seems all okay. Let's do a black cell activator. There we go, that's plenty. And then, oops, this is my hairdryer. It is an Infinity Pro Conair. It was 25 bucks. I take my diffuser off. Depending on what you have at home, you might want to use it. My diffuser is not working. Not working the way I want it to. I'll put it always on cold because we're working with house paint. House paint dries very quickly. So same reason why I do not use a torch. I don't use the hot setting on my air dryer. Turn it on low for now. Ah, I'm not. Okay, there we got it. Let's try this again. It is really tough to blow on the small canvas like that because you really quickly go overboard. Loving the colors. My friends, loving them. Let me... So you could tell that there was the middle part. I think my paints are too thick because they did move, but the middle part, this is usually an indicator, or maybe I can show that again to you, just a little slowed down, how hard it was for my hairdryer to move the paints from the middle outwards. The first blow was fine, but the second one was not as awesome. So let me puff into the solid paint there. So now, oh wow, look at how all those cells came up. I did go very deep in here, and there's not a lot of... I'm gonna help the middle to collect better. And I think I will just go ahead and spin this. Just to see. But I already know the colors are good. Ooh, sweet. I love when these things happen. It's such a Karen thing. Waterfall acrylic thing. All right. Now I moved the weight of the paint a little bit, and I will go ahead and spin again. So this will eventually go over the edges. I wish this would open up a bit more. I am gonna lose this part here. I'm curious about this part too, but you have to compromise. See more of the azo yellow popping up. Azo yellow, the nickel azo gold. So it might be opening up a bit. Let me see if I can save some of those. Oh, I can see it now. This is all gilded. There's a lot of shimmer in there. Wow. So what I learned from this is that I have to maybe thin down my paints a bit more. So it's easier for my hairdryer to move the paints out of the middle. Let me do that. Oh, I like the middle. Like the composition, it's this blob of like you. Yeah, I mean, obviously a focal point. A blob of stuff. I do like this little avocado here. Okay, I will thin down my paints. This is cool. This is really cool. I like how there's a lot going on here and then it's kind of fading out over there. Colors totally up my alley. It's not a lot of that mineral blue showing up, is it? Here's the little shade of it. And then I guess I cannot really tell if it's the mineral blue or the grayish blue. They kind of have the same brightness and the kind of the same value to it. let me get you down. I'll show you a close-up. I will show you how it's dried, and then you're gonna be able to see the big guy next week. Look at those edges. They're pretty, so pretty. There, oh my gosh. This is the middle. This is my favorite part right there. See that avocado? This is what I mean. Pretty. Like in the lines that the hairdryer does. It's the whole gray. So this whole part is nickel azo gold and gilded. Let me get a different angle so you can maybe see the shimmer. Not sure. Well, you will see it in the dry one. Look at this part. Ooh. Okay, big fan. See you next week when it's bigger.